Okay, so I did sort of mess up my world infancy bit because I'm just sick and tired of not being able to upgrade my stuff. So I've upgraded my stuff, and I got a few extra bottles. I got this and this and this. Can't use this. I probably could use something else if I upgraded my intelligence by 1, but I can't bother to respec right now. I probably could just give up a bunch of carry weight since I really don't need that high endurance. So I probably could give up 5 endurance. Fairly easy without much fanfare, you know. Anyway, I learned about this path, and that's mainly because apparently the cold bottle is in this direction, you know. I'm hoping my mic isn't being messed up by the fan. Give me a second to turn it. I literally just all I have to do is go down here and just do that. Ow, my elbow! Jeez, I bashed my elbow on my PC. That's some unfortunate luck. And now I got to figure out where to go here because I actually didn't look that up. I only looked up like. I feel like this is a thing where if you don't want to ruin your experience but you still want to figure out where to go, just look up the general direction you need to head and then discover stuff on your own. Unless like it's something you really want to find, but then you could do that. Just check to make sure there isn't no cutoff point. If there isn't a cutoff point, then you could probably wait till after you beat the DLC. Oh, so there is a path down. Okay, it should be down this way. I do dislike that the Ashen Capital comes a thing, like, before you actually, you know what I mean. Before you actually complete the area. Okay. Boom. Yes, I'm bringing out the uber boring rubbish. But no, I actually tested this stuff, and I wish I remembered to save the fire giant clip. Because it's actually bonkers. Like, you can literally just delete the fire giant. No, this ain't even the optimal one. Like, the lightning does so much more damage. But you can see how much damage this does. Annoying design. Oh, annoying game design is a thing that needs to go away. I can't even attack because he just spams one button like a noob. It's literally like fighting a real player. They just mash the most broken thing and you can't do anything because the game just goes button, 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 button. It's the most boring, uninspired rubbish I've ever seen. And this is why enemy fights in this game don't feel satisfying. Because it's all uninspired. It's like, yes, this the strongest thing in the game. This ain't even the strongest version. I can pull out the lightning version. I do like, within 10 seconds, over 1500 damage, yeah? That's how OP and broken this can get with the, like, so imagine if, like, you had a bit, like, I'm pretty sure there's, like, a fire and frost version, but imagine if you had a frostbite version. How cancerous that would be. You can already see how much damage that does. This already, like, super uninspired level to cheat. Against players, this would absolutely mollywop them. Though the lightning one would also pretty much mollywop them. This is the most uninspired rubbish I've ever seen in this game. Like, I hear the final boss is cancer, so that's sort of why I prepared this build. Purely because I heard the final boss was cancer, and I was going like, okay, if the final boss is apparently a cheap cancer, I'm not even going to pretend to be legitimate. Like, I don't care. Apparently they also are buffing, like, the stats here a bit. So the stuff you get from the Erdtree will be slightly better or something. Which, if true, is a good thing in my opinion, because I feel like the buffs were a little too weak, at least on the defensive side. So I hope they, like, increase the defensive stuff a little more, because it's like, sorry, if you got nearly 20 of them and you're feeling like you only have 10 of them still, like, there's an issue. But yeah, I probably should stick to the lightning version. Oh. Go away. I need to figure out where to go. Oh yeah, I also killed one of those tower things down there. Like, as long as you don't get hit by the Worm of Deletion, you're pretty much set to go. You know? Okay, I think this is the way. So I need to find the respawn. Aha! Now look how much damage that does, and that's not even like the lightning one's just broken. I'm gonna be dead honest, the lightning one's just broken. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna switch this out for lightning. Like, it's just bonkers. Bonkers cancer. You know? I haven't tried out the poison one because you have to make an arcane build. But the thing is, generally, in my opinion, like, there's a little reason to not invest the time to get a few extra points to fully use it. Oh, we're in a water arena. That's even worse. We're in a water arena as well. Oh, ugh. Like, yeah. I think this probably has the most cancerous Ash of War in the game. Because the thing is, you got the quick blade thing, yeah? You just do that, you know? Like, if you got a quick blade going on. Oh, you don't even do that much damage. Although it'd be nice if I could get some space in the buff. I should have probably done that beforehand. Okay, I now buff. Okay, 40 target time and boom. Sorry, what was that skill? Get good? There ain't no getting good anymore. There's only getting lightning buffle and spamming one button. Like it's the like legit. This is like pre-nerf Rivers of Blood level bad. You know, like, what is this DLC for Ash of Wars? For, like, the new weapon type? Is actually kind of embarrassing. Like, why would you use anything but this? Like, the only reason you wouldn't is purely... Oh, no. Hell. The only reason you wouldn't use this, in my opinion, is purely... because either you don't know about it, you're using a different weapon class so you don't have the stats for it, even though it's pretty... Even though there's the fire version that's literally Dex. It's literally Dex. And then there's the arcane version. So you literally have a fire, a phase, and an arcane version. I believe there's a magic version. I'm not sure there's a strength version, which I do think is kind of sucky. think that's kind of stupid. There's no strength version, which, but then again, considering how broken strength can get, do you imagine how much damage a pure strength version of this would do? So I'm shocked the fire one's dex space. Like, that's bizarre and confuses me. Why would you have it be dex space? Fire is a strength stat. The only good thing is you can't elemental infuse the bottles, so you have to use standard. Meaning you can't actually get like, because otherwise you'd get really broken damage. And I don't think anyone's really going to argue at that point, are they? About, like, the really, really broken damage with, like, certain builds. Of course, we can't fight this dude because... Well, I guess we could try it. I'd rather not. Okay, I need to go this way anyway. Because my mission is to get the final boss. I did grab some things off screen, obviously, because it was like the lightning bottle. You know the coast thing where you're still in the cave, the second grace in the cave. So there's the beginning of the cave and the end of the cave grace. So the end of the cave grace, you just go through the forest out the mouth of it, and there should be a lake of like. Let's see if I can find it on them. Oh, I need to get away from the enemies so I don't aggro them. So let's get to the goal. And then we can, like, show you on the map where to go in order to get, like, the most powerful weapon in the DLC, I would argue. In terms of just raw numbers. Like, raw numbers. And I imagine there's probably ways, if I went full on meta with it and I just bombarded my strength stat to non-existence and just put it, and, like, carry stat and just put it all into the bottles. So let's go in here. So you'd go down here. You would exit here. No, not here. It would be up. Oh, where is it? So you would go into here, go downstream. So it'd be the cave, I believe, around here. So you go here. You exit. There's a little river area somewhere. It doesn't show you because it's buried under here, but there's like a river area. You use the river area to, like, unlock, like, to get to a, there's like a little lake in a forest, you know, and you grab the item from there. I would just show you, but in all honesty, it's so hot that I just want to get the stuff done before my brain melts out of my skull. But the thing is, it doesn't even do bad damage as well, like, wow. Okay, that was some janky hitbox right there. And this is why FromSoft needs to learn how to make hitboxes. And I don't think anyone's going to argue with me, because the From box has literally, it's the same level as From that, you know? I need to find the key. Oh man, you think that ambush was gonna work? So I guess we go back to the start now and we use the key. That's my hope. I hate when people do that. Like, I think those messages, we should have a way to, like, disable those individual messages, or, like, just report the message for intentional attempts to, like, cause glitches. Because it's, like, it's unnecessary that people keep, like, and I've mentioned this before, like, well, I use stronger language, like, banning the entire person's IP before. Like, I think that was more just I was super annoyed. Anyway, there's the chilling bottle. It's not like that. I just want at least the ability to just invisible that message forever on all my accounts in one go. I can actually do damage now. Isn't it amazing, like, get your full damage available? You see what I mean by these weapons in particular as being absurd? Like, someone at FromSoft paused and went, yeah, that's fine. Like, I do question something. Because I'm wondering the way to... No, you can't jump that, can you? Yeah, you can't jump that. There has to be a perfume bottle I'm missing. I don't know what called. Why is there two called a tibula? Also, it's a summon one-time use thing. Okay. I feel like there should be a strength perfume bottle. It just annoys me there isn't, because now like we have one for intelligence, faith, dexterity, and arcane, which are the. So 1 second. We have arc, dex. Faith in like there's no strength base. Like there's faith, like there's this is I guess all around technically probably the most like the perfume bowl still would destroy. It's just like it's just the lightning does so much raw damage in comparison. I do find it a little irritating. There's no like, what's the term? I can't remember the term. Yeah, there's no strength base potion. It just irritates me. I also feel like they should have made lightning decks and then. And you're dead. Okay, number 2, you're dead. Sometimes you just get the angle wrong so they don't get every spark. But really big enemies are just deleted. Like, it's just not fair, like, this game sometimes. Like, some of the design in this game's just not fair. Like, why? Why you bully so hard? Golden Bow. Do I have enough for Madness? No, I don't, so we're going to sip the Doomsday Juice. We're going to go, I'm team! And then we're going to slurp here. And then we're going to be cheapo. Wow, it's a baby omen. And goodbye to your health bar. It don't matter how much health you have. what I mean? Like how absurd this is? But this doesn't require skill. This is like the complete negation of skill requirement. And imagine if you had like a second one just to 360 delete like hostile mob. Yeah, this is just not fair. Like, why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? Legitimately. Why is it a thing? Like, is anyone going to explain to me why this cheat is even possible? Like, why? That's fish. Apparently that it, like, I imagine there's probably a way to make the Frenzy Flame one really, really busted. You know, I imagine. But there's got to be a way to make, like, it the strongest weapon in the universe. You know, let's go here quickly. Just so I want to see if something triggered. Anyway, I gotta remember which way to go. Would it be this way? Oh, one sec. I can just go like this and not shadow key. So would it be? No, wouldn't be you. Out of wall. So final right. So it'd be this one. You know, right back at you. Okay, so I can't hit him. So it's just a really obnoxious enemy, so... Okay, I need to find a way to get rid of you first before I can look around. Because that spell is actual cancer. And I imagine the player version probably is nowhere near that strong. It's probably like got 20 years to cast. And of course, we can't go up to kill it. Oh wait, yes we can. Kill it with fire. So we're going to ignore you so I can actually explore now. You see what I mean? Even without the buffs, this does absurd amount of damage. So just slapping on like one of the buffs alone would... And the thing is, if you didn't want to use like the spell, you could probably use a weapon that you have good scaling with. Put on like faith bonus and then just have that like... I just was like, wow. You could really break this game. Because I'm pretty sure there's technically a third buff you can slap on... Okay. I want to test this. I want to test this. I'm not going to use the flask because... That'd be a little... Oh no. Angles. Okay. 3,000. Like, these aren't even perfect hits, by the way. These are fail hits. These are like fail hits. These are hits that aren't connecting properly. And it's still like pretty much free-shot them. That thing got free-shotted, by the way. Free-shotted. That is one of the most obnoxious enemies in the game. So you could literally just farm them super easy by abusing this. Like, if this doesn't get a nerf, I will actually be legitimately surprised. Because I hate to say it, and I like this weapon. But it's probably going to get an FP consumption, like, or a range nerf. It's going to get one or the other. I don't think they're going to nerf the damage, because that would probably be too much, since this weapon has pretty much as Ash of War is its go-to thing. But I imagine probably in PvP it'll definitely have a damage nerf, which is fine. In PvP, it needs a damage nerf. Like, that's my major concern, you know, is if this thing was dragged into PvP and it just started legitimately disintegrating entire health bars in 0. Because imagine you grab the Madness one, yeah? Just the Madness one. Imagine that. And you're just playing the game and then someone just goes, boom. Like, the Hand of Madness is already bad enough. That, I believe, instantly procs Madness with a proper build. And by proper, I mean you just have a high enough faith that it, like, insta-procs Madness. So it's like... it's absurdly overpowered. Like, absurdly so. So could you imagine Hand of Madness combined with this? So you have Madness on this hand, you do two-hand it, and then you immediately de-equip. Oh wow, this actually has poison damage. Did they fix that? Because I swear, like, apparently originally these weapons didn't do poison. Which was a big... actually probably the one saving grace is the fact they didn't do poison damage. It's probably the one reason this thing was a complete buff thing. Now it does poison damage. That's not good. Like, could you imagine if I had that hammer in my offhand just to bonk an enemy with, like, occasionally? Like, so just hammer him offhand. This once bonk. This once bonk. And just doing that. Like, it is so broken. Why is this a thing? Like, I'm not going to stop using it, but I will question it. Like, you know, like, this is the thing I don't think many people understand is you can question why something exists while still abusing it. Like, I feel like this is some weird thing where people go, I'm not going to use the strong thing because I'm too good for that. And it's like, mate, you just come across as, like, entitled. Like, when someone goes, I'm not using this purely because it's overpowered, I'm just like, you just come across as entitled. Like, just say you don't want to use it. That's it. You don't need to try and make this whole thing it's overpowered and overpowered ruins the game, because that is legit 99% of the time the argument they make. Just say, I want a bit more of a challenge, so I'm going to use one of the more balanced weapons. You know? Like, that's an argument I can get behind. Like, yeah, use one more balanced weapons. Don't use the broken thing. Fine. That's fine. If that's how you want to play, that's good on you. But don't try... like, this is what annoys me, is when people try and demean people because they use a strong weapon. It's like, some people just want to play a power fantasy, you know? Some people just want to have that power fantasy and play, like, the domineering destroyer of worlds. You know? Are you joking me? Are you bloody joking me? So they just killed themselves. Oh, great. Oh, brother. FromSoft game design is truly the most inevitable thing in the universe. I believe the howl makes you take more damage, so you have to be careful with that. So make sure you have good defense set up if you're going to use the howl. Okay, time to be deleted. Yeah. Time to be deleted. And I'm pretty sure with the Madness bottle, if you set it up right, you can just infinitely proc lock people with Madness if you have it the right setup. Which is like, this game has some questionable game design is all I'm going to say. Questionable is the nicest way to put it. It's more like if you eat 10,000 miles of pure ridiculousness. But look at that! This is monkey brain. It's not even the most effective thing to use against this particular enemy, because this particular enemy is weak to poise status. Like that. But it does more damage, so I imagine if you have the right... Like, imagine a whole team of people just spamming perfume bottles. Oh, that's disgusting. Ugh, that's revolting. Ugh, that's vile. A whole team of perfume bottles. I don't want to imagine the perceivable outcome. Like, imagine if you had a whole team of madness perfume. Oh, no. Why did I put that out there? Now that's going to be a thing. We're going to go out there and it's just going to be like 20,000 madness perfumes just going, howdy, partner. Howdy, partner. Howdy, partner. Oh, my. I'm so lucky. I am so lucky. There's going to be like a legion of like that now. There's going to be a legion of perfume bottles going out there. Like, the fact that legit, I'm not joking, it took me 2 seconds. Like, I typed in perfume bottle or Elden Ring DLC, and the first thing that comes up is overpowered fire build. Like, people don't even realize the lightning is just busted. You know? Like, people don't even realize that yet. Like, what will happen when people realize the lightning's just absolutely crank? You know? No, legit, what will happen when that's realized? When everyone starts realizing lightning bottles are just crank. As long as you can hit it. That is the thing. Against players, at least, there's one good thing is, I believe, as long as your game's not lagging, it is easy to roll the strongest attack. So I believe the circle, I haven't tested it, but the circle might be harder to roll. So people might end up using the circle more for PvP over like the one shot, purely because it's just more convenient. You know? Because people will just pick the more convenient option over like the more damaging option if they believe something is more likely to connect. See them more. Oh, I love this infinite stagger where you can't move. So that's a true combo apparently. Because I literally couldn't even roll. Like, at that point you might as well just make it a one shot in my opinion. Oh, do I have to run this entire thing again? If that's the case, I'm just gonna ignore the enemies and just speedball McGee my way through. No point like wasting actually using my brain. Can I game? Oh, see, so he has his own achieve. I need to get some range on him. And now I can abuse this. Okay, apparently the wall doesn't negate all my damage. Oh, so, okay, that's nice to know that design exists, the unreactable stuff. Now, this is the thing, the DLC is literally just worse got you than the main game. Because the main game had a lot of cheese, but it very little just stuff that was unreactable. Like, everything was somewhat reactable. There were things where it borderline on the edge. Also, I just lost, like, I'm pretty sure 500,000 souls, which I should have sold, in all honesty. Oh, well. No, there was stuff, obviously, that in the main game borderline of unreactable. But it was never, like, anything outrageously bad, you know? There was never something like, oh, this is actually insanely outrageous. How dare thee? How dare you breathe this into life? Like, in terms of unreactability. This game's just full of, like, most of its difficulty comes from, like, the spam and unreactability of a lot of stuff. I'm not even joking, like, I'm pretty sure this DLC would be a cakewalk if they just lowered the, like, speed of certain attacks. And legit fixed the tracking. And didn't have every enemy have an AoE. Oh, so that's just guaranteed hit. Oh, lovely. Oh, don't you love when they just extend their combo until they hit? Isn't that enjoyable? Like, this is why I use cheese stuff, yeah? This is why I feel no remorse of being cheesy. Like, this is why. This is why I literally feel zero remorse when I'm cheesy. Because people are like, oh, you can't cheese, that's not fair. It breaks the enemy AI. Yet the enemy literally cheats. Your point? Now that's literally my response. Is just the enemy cheats. Why would I play fair? Like, someone punches you in between the legs, do you not punch him back? Because it wouldn't be fair to punch him back? Like, that's the mentality I utterly despise, you know, is like the whole, oh, but it's not fair for the AI. It's a bloody AI. Like, no, that is legit a thing. And I know I'm ranting. I'm sorry for ranting again. But, no, it is a legit a thing which drives me up the wall where people go, that's not fair on the AI. I don't care how the AI feels. It doesn't have a soul. It doesn't feel. It's a program. Sort of like most of the people on the internet, pretty much. I know that's a little rude, but come on, that's kind of true some days. Like, you feel like it's true some days. You just go, is this person for real? Like, you can't even deny you've had that moment sometimes when you're on, like, a place like Facebook, Twitter, or, like, Reddit. And I'm not calling it X. X is a stupid name. Can you help me with spam my AI? Not a fan of doing that, but yeah, the enemies in this DLC and the game in general just drive you up the wall with their very obnoxious moveset. It's like, oh yes, let's give him super poise, also have him do high damage, also have him like have agile moveset where he can lunge across the arena. It's not like the most annoying enemies in the game and the base game did the same thing and they were all disliked generally, like Crucible Knight. You know, you remember how disliked he was? Like, I will say, I wish we had more Tree Sentinels. Because even at his most obnoxious, Tree Sentinel has never actually been seen as cancerous. Like, let's be honest here. Even at his worst, Tree Sentinel has never been seen as cancerous. That is just facts. Like, the Tree Sentinel has never been seen as cancerous. He's never been seen as broken.
Erdtree was leading you all along, so that you might ascend to lordship. Why come to these lands to begin with? I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree, desired all along. The clashing of the favored lords, such that one would prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing Miquella the Kind, then I will run you through whoever you might be. Don't tarry now. Don't you dare approach Miquella the Kind. Needle Knight's Leader, Dryleaf Dane, and our allies will never allow you. I am the Red Mane Freya. The time has come. I cannot hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
You're so lucky I didn't use madness, because your AI would be utterly broken. You know what? Hammer time. Oh, so they're going to be a knock. Yay. But they made AI way too obnoxious to fight. Like, they need to undo a little bit of the NPC invader thing. Like, just a little bit, because they're, like, way too input greedy now. You sort of have to abuse their AI.
For the birth of a new god and the coming of a lord.
Alright. Oh wow! GG gang. Unoriginal, boring, cheesy gang. Wow. Where they all have like hyper damage. And you can't do anything because they just hit one button over and over. Like, this is cancer, and I don't think anyone can deny that should not be a thing. Oh, just, you can't do anything because AI just goes button, 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 and they have infinite stamina, by the way. Like, they don't follow stamina rules. That's really what drives me up the wall. Is that these enemies have like this clearly infinite stamina. So pretty much you're stuck following a base rule and you can't do anything because the game's just like button, 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 and you're just like, okay, I guess I'm not allowed to play game. Okay, we're going madness, I think, to try and exploit the looping. The currently madness is... Oh, I can't even. Okay, so we'll do this.
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Needle Knight Legend, Driving Dane, and our allies will never allow this. I am the Red Maiden Prayer. The time has come. I could not hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
And here we go, cheese time! Okay, let's run until the gank's over. So I can actually do damage again because you literally can't do anything while both of them are just spam you.
Blood of fire, the dignity of my lord and master. Well, good Freya, it will be my honor to test my blade against you.
Okay, so they just ignore... Yeah, that's totally normal.
Tragedy.
Guys, it can't react. Oh, he's gonna infinite run at me. And he's gonna have to reach up the supremacy of absolute bonkersness. I can't do anything because I'm just gonna get spammed to death. I can't hit an input! Well, I could change to my hammer, I guess. And I might have been forced to if my ally didn't distract him quickly. Like, this is not normal bait. You can very clearly see the AI being triggered by what I'm doing. They're very clearly reacting to my input. Like, it's very obvious, like, in the way they behave, they're very clearly, like, input reading. Not normal AI behavior. Like, it's very clear that they're input reading, like, really hard. Like, to a level where you're just sort of like, really? And I can't do anything because he's just going to stack shield. And look at that absurd hitbox. Or tracking, I mean. Like, this was anything but a gank fight. Like, I do appreciate the gankery. Get out of here. I'm so sorry. I wish I didn't have to fight you. I don't want to fight you. Wow, they just both dive bomb for me, I see. Oh, gee, that was a fight. I'll give that respect. Like, that's how you do a gank fight. Except from the super rushdown obnoxiousness of certain parts. Like, that is how you do a gank fight. That is how you mostly do a gank fight. Obviously, certain issues here, there, a little bit. But overall, that's how you do it. I wonder if there's a way to prevent them from fighting you. So this is another one, his footwork. Oh, no. Put down message now, immediately. Tears in the comment sections, people. Poor boy. Oh, that's so cruel. Like, I know there's technically a way to not fight him, but he ends up sort of dead either way, I'm pretty sure. Like, why is it always depression? That sucks. Why? My buddy. Hey, dude.
Righteous tarnished. Now I suppose this leap in truth I cannot calm my quivering. I'm afraid I underestimate appearing frail in both body and mind. What a fool I was. He serves another master, but Setiolier performed perhaps he too quivers with fantasy, as do we. Oh. Well, you needn't worry. It was you, wasn't it? Fear not. I bear no grudge against you. His Eminence was felled in an honorable duel. And such are the risks. Besides, what right have I to complain? Righteous tarnished. We will have our victory. I swear.
Pain without love, pain can't get enough pain. I feel pain. I wonder if he survived the fight, if he would have shown up. Let's go down and check on him quickly, and then we'll snap back up and check. I'm wondering something. If I have both equipped, does that do something special? Okay, no. I was hoping there'd be like some unique effect, like, you know, where if you had two bones, you could do Kamehamehas and stuff. Where's he gone? Okay. Let's see if there's anything there. If not there, we move on. Anything new said after helping fight?
You must.
Okay, no, it's just a repeat. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so I just bought some more stones just so I can upgrade stuff down the road. But geez, this game really goes full in with the depression. I tell you that.
Right, I swear.
Funny thing is, I'm pretty sure I could steal something to mimic during the fight. Like when both were up, which is ridiculous. You know, let's make this harder. Why not? Did I remember to switch around to lightning? I don't think I did.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival. Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return, so that he may be my consort.
Vindan is not a thing I thought I would ever see. I can also comment. Also, I just skill one shot. Got it. Oh, that's a great spawn, by the way. Like, spawn me in the middle of the arena where he does that. I guess that man remembered how I cheesed him, and he's just like, "You little cheesy son of a... I'm going to eliminate your entire lineage before you can breathe it." Like, that's his reaction, just like, "You." Minos. And then get some range. Peaceful time. Oh wow, this is going to be pain, isn't it?
But those remains do not belong to you. Lord,
Oh, okay. I'm just shocked about the amount of damage it still does. Okay, so my roll button doesn't exist. By the way, this is what we call balance failures. Yeah? This is what we call balance failures, people. Where you don't put effort into figuring out, hey, maybe, just maybe, you should have the roll button work when fighting an enemy because you might just die. So the roll button's sort of required to work. Otherwise, it makes the game kind of unplayable. Like, it is so annoying. Why is this not equipped? I don't have the physical negation, so what do I want to do? I should probably unsummon him quickly just so I can reset. So let's send him back quickly. And then reset so my physics is correctly set up. So we want Ash of War. That's good. Physics. Okay, so now I have Lightning Boot. Wow, so he just has blocks of health. Oh, that's kind of cancerous. Let's set this up. So, first, do I have the Lightning one? No, I don't have Holy. I don't have the Alexander Shard yet, so can't use that. Does nothing. Oh, this raises it by like a... Oh, that's not a terrible raise up. This enhances charge attacks. But I don't think it enhances the right kind. I obviously could do the fire one and increase my fire negation. Or do I have to reload the area? You know what? Simple solution. I reload the area, just jump. I guess I could try the fire one. So put the fire one on. Because lightning, sure, it's cheesy, but maybe fire might be what we want, actually. I'm thinking, because it does less damage in totality, being a deck space, so we also could put the ring on top of it, and that's what I'm sort of hoping. So we could have the fire, and then we could go in and snap on the ring to do that. And that will hopefully make it so we can... And then maybe slap on some heavier armor, I'm thinking. But never mind, that's probably not good. The thing is, it'd probably be easy if I didn't summon both these guys, but I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to wait for both of them to spawn in, so hopefully I can give them a little buffy. But first, let's just... Madness! Okay, I think that buffed both of them. Slap this on. Drink this up. Two-hand this. Come in. Summon you. Witch quickly. Oh, so, yeah, he just instantly does that to an unreactable degree. Got it. So pretty much you have to instantly dodge, or the game will just punish you.
Pleasure to see you.
But that's fun. That's very fun, isn't it? But that's not obnoxious at all. So I pretty much just have to dodge, then summon. Like, I think I could do this, like, because I'm only really summoning these guys because I think it's you have to for quests. Because I saw a few people going, hey, quests don't properly finish unless you summon. So that's the only reason I'm summoning them. Okay, now I have to do this.
Belong to you. Lord Mo will have his deed.
Oh wow, I messed up the thing. I didn't give it the correct Ash of War. So we're gonna have to quickly switch to Lightning Perfume. Actually, no, mad. I just had a light bulb. Because Madness does fire damage, doesn't it? But Madness does fire damage. And it's a stat effect. Which does percentile damage. Meaning that if it does percentile damage, that means we could actually achieve part of the health bar damage. That's if he can even be affected by Madness, because he is already pre-bonkers. But it would be weird if he couldn't be affected by Madness, because I'm pretty sure even enemies with Madness could be affected by Madness. I need to figure out how to do this. So yeah, even enemies with Madness could be affected by Madness. So there has to be something about this. I'm thinking I messed up a little bit. I need to figure out how to like increase... I'm gonna quickly just do a little skidoo through stuff. Okay, so unless I got the Jar of Alexander shard, which would take a bit, it would be kind of hard to like really make this any stronger, because I think only Horaloo and the shard really can make this build stronger, you know. And no real point doing that right now. Like, I guess I technically could go do that, but I just don't wanna. Because like pretty much I believe Horaloo increases charge incantation, which technically would fall under my spell, I believe. I believe that technically would fall under it. Come on, go for this. And then we get some room. Haha, you 100% hit me. And I can summon the Mimic. Ta-da! I wish it was like the original Radahn fight, just a giant gang. Oh, so that... Oh, I think I need to face roll more. I think that's my issue, I'm not face rolling enough. Okay, so it just doesn't protect my input. So yeah, that's just a guarantee get hit. Lovely. I'm thinking a lightning will probably do more. There's always the like sword piece as well. Considering that also does fire damage. Okay, I've got an idea. We're gonna use the flame sword. The thing is though, look how much damage you do with the potion alone. Like that is actually absurd. Like that's actually absurd. The potion alone, even though it's not proccing Madness or anything, still does absurd amounts of damage. Like it is legit insane. And the fact is you can get that higher. I'm thinking maybe this might be a good idea. I'm thinking... Not this, that's useful. I guess this, technically. To get a little more out of my heirloom. And then we could go here, get a lightning crack. And then maybe more like to break stance. Because sure, that will enhance charge attacks. But I'm thinking like maybe break stance might be a good idea. That way we get like some free bursts on them. Or maybe even also we're going to switch this out for a... Where are you? Where are you? I can still use you. Perfect. So I can... So pretty much if I need to, I can switch out and heal myself up a bit. Which is perfect. Okay, so... Madness! Golden Bow! Slurpy slurp. Slurpy slurp. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go, Radahn. What's the story in Balamori?
General Radahn. A pleasure to see you.
Ooh, got me chip
Those
damage.
remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his revenge.
Wrong one. My fault. And I love how I just didn't get a roll option. Also, I love how he's just instant aggroed on me. And this is why I roll away, because certain things are just so janky to deal with when you're within. Let's see how much damage it does. Oh, that's terrible. That's actually terrible. Wow. Is that too, like, no? Okay, so this boss is just uninspired health. Like, this is where you're like, okay, the health float's too much. I think this is where, like, you're like, okay, this is a little too much health flow. And again, my roll doesn't activate for some reason. Don't know why, it just didn't. And that's apparently acceptable to this game. Oh, jeez, this is going to be a nightmare, isn't it? What do I do? Like, that's useless, no point using that. I can anvil hammer with... So I need like that up to 70 if I want to use that. But isn't there like a pure faith incarnation still somewhere? Like, I guess this one technically would have higher scaling in the long run, wouldn't it? So if I upgrade the Finger King still. There's more towards pyromancies. I'd need to get the Madness seal. Oh, there we go. There's the full cheat.
But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his
Oh, I love that. I love that Infinite Arena cheese, by the way. That's great game design. Thumbs up. Good game design. Yep. No issues with that. This is what happens when someone doesn't test... Like, this is what happens when you don't test something. It's very clear this enemy is just meant to be hard for hard's sake. And it's not even, like, as toxic as, like, the usual enemies. It's just annoying, because it's like, oh, okay, this is going to be a long fight. And he's pretty much going to one-shot you. And that's why people don't like overly bloated health bars of high damage, is because it means if I make one mistake, I'm pretty much completely... My run's over, everything sucks. There's no way to win. That's sort of like the issue with bloated health bars. is sort of like the, if I make a singular mistake, this run is dead type thing. Oh god, I love the cheating AI with it. I only sometimes do my full comp. Like, I call this AI cheating because it's blatantly detecting what I'm doing. Like, people go, oh, it doesn't input read, it animation. That's just literally the same thing. It functions exactly the same. There is no actual difference between the two. Like, the people who try and claim there's a difference between input and animation reading are just blatantly lying by omission, because they don't actually tell you how the two things function. So, let's say I do this, yeah? Input reading will detect the input and react. Animation reading, you see as soon as my hand begins thinking of moving. So it detects the input and there's a slight buffer between the movement. That's still technically part of the animation. So while technically animation reading is not input reading, it literally does the exact same thing as the other. There is like no actual tellable difference beyond code. That is literally it. And that's the thing. They have to go into the code to be able to tell it wasn't input reading. That's how bad it was, and still is. So when I see people go, it's animation reading, it's not input reading, it's the same thing. Stop being dishonest.
General Radon, a pleasure to see you this time. But those remains do not belong to you.
Oh, it's right here anyway. Thank you for distracting so I can summon. I got really lucky right there. Also, he's just gonna spam that over and over to get free damage. What happens when you make uninspired enemy design? I'm shocked he doesn't have a heal attack. And don't you love when you can't tell if an enemy's actually going to hit you due to how the animations just don't look right? The dance is obnoxious. It's like, this is so bad in comparison to like the original version. I would have loved them. I love my roll input, just doesn't... Oh, yep. Very balanced game design. Absolutely doesn't need fixing. This is the issue. FromSoft doesn't make games to be fun anymore. They make it to be, oh, did we get ya? Did we get ya? Did we get ya? And let's be honest, everyone actually knows that's what they're doing. It is a did we get ya type mentality now. And it's actually kind of obnoxious. I see people defending this. Like, oh, it's not an issue. You're telling me this ain't an issue? You're really trying to claim it's not an issue that FromSoft designs their games around, well, I got you, didn't I? Oh, look how I got ya. Oh, didn't I get you so good? Like, anyone who designs a game around that, I'm just going to say it as it is. You can't make good games. Like, that is the thing that holds Elden Ring back, is the obsessive need by the developers to have got your enemies. The way they give enemies every single ability under the sun, and they make them spammy as can be, but they make sure the player can't actually get a good amount of vigor. Because if they actually gave a slight buff to the vigor stat, the game wouldn't be as bad, because you'd have a lot more health. The issue is, they don't give you the health buff you would actually need for the game to be balanced, pretty much. Like, you need a lot more health for the game to be balanced. That's just factual here. You'd need at least, like, double health. So you need to be able to double that health. That's the only real way you could argue the game is somewhat balanced, because you'd actually be able to tank more than, like, 2 hits. But they won't do that, because that, like, people will be like, oh, you nerfed the difficulty. It's not difficulty. It's challenge, but it's not actual difficulty, because there's nothing actually difficult about it. It's the same mechanic, it's just made less well designed. And that's what sort of annoys me, in a way, is like, people going, oh, well, you just don't like a challenging game. No, I like a fair game. I like a game where it's actually fun to play and not just filled with artificial layers of difficulty because the developers couldn't be bothered to test anything. And that is the big issue. Like, clearly a lot of the game just isn't tested. You know? But that's one of the biggest glaring issues, is just very clearly parts of the game just aren't tested in any way, shape, or form. And it sort of like just breaks things. You know? Like, they're very clearly just not tested. And I guess I'm going to change my stats to give me 13 of magic. I probably can lower my carry weight a little bit, you know? That's what I'm thinking. Lower my carry weight.
Is it time? Now.
Like, so I can make that like 35, 60, because you sort of need it to that, or you get disintegrated. I could probably lower that down to 30, you know? Dexterity, intelligence, and then smack the rest just into faith. Probably could make that 50, you know? Okay, that looks better. So we just smacked a little more faith in there. And obviously, if you were to take it up to 180, you just smack more into, like, faith. Pretty much it would all just go into faith. You know? Oh, I have dexterity. But yeah, if you were to buff up, you'd just put it all into faith. But yeah, I just don't view the difficulty in this game as very legitimate difficulty, because it has to rely on a lot of got-ya mechanics. Like, it very clearly is designed to more screw with the players and actually be, you know, challenging. Which I think is, like, an issue. If you're designing your game to be like, I got you, didn't I? Oh, didn't I get you so good? Now, I believe magic attack would be what we want to boost. Because, yeah, it does magic damage. I'm hoping the frost... And then I'm probably going to slap in fire here. That way I can immediately, like, reset... I'm probably going to put Frenzy Flame. So I can immediately, like, de-summon the frostbite. So I can do boom, 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 double slap, boom, 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 double slap. That way I can sort of abuse it, you know? No, I didn't mean to do that! Oh, shoot. Oh, kill me. Just kill me. But yeah, it's just like, I don't get why, like, they need to, like, inflate the difficulty of the enemies in a way like this. Like, I personally don't understand it. Like, I probably should grab more Scatterdo, but it's only going to give me, like, at this point, minimal bonuses, you know? Like, the most minor of bonuses. Where, sure, I could try and find the last few to get me up 5 more ranks of it, but it's going to be the most minor of minor bonuses that, sure, it'll give me that little extra, but it's probably not worth the effort, you know? Okay, so Frost is an idea. is an idea. I'm thinking I need more heal items. That's my issue. It'd be nice if I could see what's going on. That would be a nice thing. Okay, phase 2, phase 2. Okay, so yeah, Frost is the way to go. He's weak to Frost. Now get ready for a worse, more obnoxious phase.
Lord brother. At long last you are returned. Tarnished one. Aspiring lord of the old order. If you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Nicola, and my promised consort, Radahn.
Oh, this is absolutely fabulous. Oh, frame rate! Cheating! Cheating AI! Cheating AI! What is that cancer? Remove that from the game! Why would you even have that? What is that? That is actual cancer. No, that's actual cancer. Why would that even be in the game? Why would that even be in the game? Why? Why would you do it? Why? Okay, what does this look like? Okay, that doesn't really look very good. Well, that could work, I guess. But in the long run, it probably wouldn't. So we're going to remove that. We're going to... I figure stuff out. Oh, okay. No, I'm not joking. That's actually disgustingly bad. Like, that's disgustingly bad. At least I've proven the Frostbite is effective against them, so... I'm imagining if you went in with a team of Madness, Frostbite, and Lightning, and they were all just spamming it, it would be very strong. I think I might get rid of Dex, and... Do I have the heal ring? No, I have slowly recover FP, though. That might actually be the one to go to, because we need a very little FP, I'm pretty sure, for this skill. I'm pretty sure it's like, we only need, like... Yeah, 14 FP. So that might actually just be the go-to. So I could probably replace it all with heals and just FP abuse. You know? Yeah, I probably could just FP abuse. Because I don't have much FP in the first place. Now, aggro him, please. Thanks, game. Can you aggro him, please? Please, aggro him. His hitboxes are janking. You can't tell where they actually are. But no, don't aggro him. Just be super passive and stare at him for like a full 30 seconds, because that's great game design, right? Just to not be aggressive in any way, shape, or form, even though your entire existence is to aggro the enemy. Like, this is why I wish you could summon Mimic here outside the gate. Because it's so annoying that you have to go inside the gate and deal with the spam, try and get enough range, and then summon Mimic here, when you're facing an enemy who can launch yourself across the map in like 0.1 second. And it's not even like well thought out launch across the map either. It's just obnoxious launch across the map, where it's like, okay, I guess no fun allowed. I might have to go and get the Shard of Alexander, though. That might be what I have to do. That might have to be my go-to. Wait, is there a point trying to dodge? Is there a point trying to dodge? When the game's just going to be spammy for the sake of spamming? You know? Like, that is honestly how it feels. It feels like it's just for the sake of, like, saying, we made hard game. Look how difficult boss is. Ain't it very difficult? And it's like, not really. Like, I got it down to half health and then you just gave it a stupid second phase because every enemy needs a second phase, right? Every enemy must have a second phase with a stupid map-wide AoE. You know? Like, this is why you should be able to horse ride while, like, these guys are out. Like, why is that arena not got horse riding? I don't know. I think it's just devs are, like, pulling an Elden beast again, where it's like, we don't think about it, and we just pretend like it doesn't exist for months. Even though it's very clearly a question in the game design. I'm so glad I checked that. Okay, now we're gonna wait for him to rush over. I love how I take dodge and the game's just like, no.
General Radon. Pleasure to see you. But those remains
Oh, so yeah, that's just undodgeable. That's legit just undodgeable. And my allies are just completely useless because they don't aggro him in any way, shape or form for like 20 years. Which is really helpful. And again, my roll button just didn't activate. That's what I mean. Half the difficulty is the controls just not activating half the time. But that's the real difficulty of this game. Is controls just don't want to enable. For no reason at all. That's the actual difficulty of this game. Just the controls not wanting to work. Don't you love the game design? It's so fun, right? So enjoyable. I also despise how he's unaffected by madness. I think that's stupid. I don't think you should be able to be immune to madness. I feel like that's a dumb thing to have immunity to madness, even though madness should be like a sort of... Everyone gets sort of affected by it. Even if, like, you take less damage from it, I feel like you should... Any enemy outside of, like, mad... Like, even mad enemies take damage from madness, I'm pretty sure. So that doesn't even make sense. Like, even enemies affected by madness get affected by madness. It's actually kind of funny, I'm pretty sure. It's just obnoxious game design, really. Also, I think the FP summon is actually kind of better. You know? Okay. We're gonna lollygag around here. I would love if my roll actually could detect it when I input it and not after I input it. You know? Like, yeah, screw me over with bad game designs galore. They need to fix so much in this game. Because it's like, I remember why I just stopped playing it for months. Because I got sick and tired of the game just going, we're just not going to detect your input because we feel like not detecting it. You know? Yeah, we know it's kind of obnoxious and cheap, but we just don't feel like it, you know? We just don't feel like having your game function how it's meant to function because, we have to make these bosses difficult somehow, you know? So we're just going to make it so your controls don't detect half the time. And we're going to make it so the enemies are so obnoxiously spammy, you know? Because we have to make this game hard somehow because there's a natural limit to how legitimately hard you can make stuff. So we just have to artificially do it, you know? That is legit what happened, by the way. This is legit how I view it. They pretty much ran to the limit of how hard they could legitimately make it. So they just started artificially making it harder. Yes, he distracted. Now quickly, jug. Of course, that still hit me. Of course. Of course, he just magically targets me before even getting hit by my attack. Okay. I'm going to get the Shard of Alexander 1 second. Might as well just do that because I want to break from this fight. Okay, so I'm grabbing some stuff that apparently goes well with the madness. So I've got the shard now. Sadness. Peace in the chat, everybody. Praise the boy. So I got that. All I need to do now is I gotta get apparently an armor set that I think boosts madness. So we gotta go down to Reclusive River upstream, and apparently there's an armor set somewhere. Is this the right one? Yeah, right one. You know, one thing I'll say is when you're following a guide, I would love it if they, like, had it on a map, you know? So you could tell where you're going. It's super hard sometimes to know where you're going. I imagine it's somewhere in a dungeon. There's apparently two things. You can get a great katana and you can get something else. Like, I've already got pretty much everything I need. Like, if I want to make it a little better, I could get rid of the FP increaser and use the what's the word Zulane. I can't remember. It'd be nice if they made it easier to follow, like if they marked on their map. Okay, trying to figure this out right here. So you go through this, you grab that, go through that. Already done all that, so we need to get upstream. So we spawn there. So we go down the path as normal. Continue down the path. Continue. Cross over. We continue down the regular path. Oh, there's a side. Is that a side path? Oh yeah, there's a side path. Okay, yeah. No, I know what to do now. I need to go back to the upstream because there's a side path. And this is why you double check people when you're looking for things. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I just can't be bothered to deal with the cheapness that is Radahn. The fact I was able to, like, you know, cheese in with Frost just shows you if I get a proper build setup that's designed to damage. Like, if I got, like, something that increases my madness build up quicker. Like, it would probably just... Because madness, I believe, does a percentile damage. So you can do, like, 70,000 damage in, like, a few hits. But that's, like, solo. So he builds up really quickly in solo. So multi-man, he's very resistant to effects. So I'm imagining if we abuse, like... Is that it? I think this is it. I'm imagining if we abuse, like... certain mechanics. I think this is where we need to go. Oh, I just died. Nice to see. Okay, so that's not it. They jump somewhere else then? So they go around, they go down. They go around, they go down, across. Oh, so there's an angle you can get. So there's an angle you can get. Okay. But yeah, I think many people aren't going to blame me for, like, preparing cheese for Radahn's rebirth, because anyone can look at that and be like, yeah, with the amount of cheese you got on your build and the amount of brokenness you got on your build, there's no reasonable way he should be surviving that long. Like, I think any sane person would agree with that. Even if they personally think, like I wouldn't even care, like, if they gave him a slight health nerf, like a quarter, I think that would probably fix his issue. Because the issue is he's too, like... But then, they'll probably... I still say they need to nerf the perfumes. Perfume's way too strong. Also, you have to go around this way. So I don't get why they're jumping down here when you could just do this. Like this, and avoid a bunch of issues. I guess players like, oh, a seal. Riley Seal. I guess, and that's for 5th. Okay, so you get down, then what? What do you do now? So you go down. You go through here, yeah. You go down. And you go into this cave area, into an open breach. They turned around. Okay, so there's apparently something down here that you... So... Okay, it's not here, so you turn around and you go... What am I doing? I'm running to wall. Okay, so you go down here and there's... Oh, okay, so there's a... First of all, let's get rid of you. Deletion. Delicious. Number 8. I'll take that number 8. So we go in here, and I'm guessing this is a dungeon we gotta clear. Also, I am probably gonna do this part until we beat the boss, so this might be a little long. So sorry about that. Eastern Nameless Mausoleum. I see. Okay, time to go full cheese mode. Machismo, shall we say? Oh my! Stop messing up my targeting, and I know that was a terrible pun. I don't care. I forgot to change my magic to fire. But it don't matter because we're about to go machismo. Come on. Come on. Show us your difficulty. Show us your difficulty. Can I use this? I can't. Oh, so he's just poise spamming now. Okay, I know how to do poise spam. Oh my goodness, no! I need range to use this. I'm so glad I thought to do that. Just be stupid. Walk into that. The fact he hasn't madness procs yet is insane. But you can see there, so yeah, the shield's more just to eat certain attacks. My boy, you are obnoxious to deal with. Stop dodge spamming and actually engage. Well, I know it's ironic for me to say that, but come on, is this fun? Enemy just refuses to do any attack. Oh yeah, got it. 100% legit. He just knows the perfect dodge solution and has probably higher iframes because he doesn't have weight. I'm pretty sure enemies actually light roll. I am actually sure of that. I probably would have to check further, but I'm pretty sure enemies light roll. I should also probably upgrade the shield because I think upgrading the shield increases its defense. So that might just be in Dark Souls 2. Which is stupid because I feel like that should just be a mechanic in all the games. don't think spirit ashes are effective on madness, so that's probably why this is so difficult. Oh no. Got it. 100%. Yep. No, fun. Like, yeah, he's just immune to madness. So we're gonna switch out to frostbite because I don't believe they're immune to frostbite, which means we can frostbite him to death. So if you want to do the frostbite build, you have to do the annoying guys quest, like the puppet dude's quest. I believe there is a way to still like work with Rani afterwards, but it's super annoying to set up. I'm just gonna be honest there. Super annoying to set up that. Okay, so let's do this for this raw damage. Oh, I don't have that set up. So back to you we go. Uh-huh. Okay, he's just mashing buttons now. And the thing is, he doesn't have limited stamina or anything really. He can just go on forever. Ah, I love the spam. Love the unoriginal spam. Game design, right? Great game design, totally not cheesy. Oh no, totally 100% fine. Yep, no issues with that. No issues at all. Just literally spamming infinite abilities far more than the player can. Even though it's clearly a player model just recycled, but okay. Sure. Like, I could probably just bring out a heavy weapon and make them into a literal joke, but I can't really be bothered. Sure, I could do that, but I clearly switched, but okay. You love when they always know your exact positioning, so that no attack has target, and your attacks don't have the accuracy they do, even though it's sometimes literally the same attack, yet there's always has like 5 million more accuracy. See what I mean? Oh, wow. You know what? I spam too. Okay, so it just delays the input, because of course we have to, like, he can go infinitely, he can just spam and do whatever he feels like with no punishment, but I have to follow the game rules, remember? The players have to follow the rules, but the AI never does. Like, it's just dumb. Like, I am happy that at least the Ash has a weakness where it's very much stuck going one direction. It's annoying when the AI just blatantly perfect rolls everything, and it's very clearly that it's been changed to be more cheesy. Like, even though it's like base NPCs are like a lot more knowing exactly what you're gonna do now. So it does feel like they just changed NPCs to be more obnoxious to deal with. Now it's time for R1. Oh yeah, totally normal AI behavior, and totally not the program to make it artificially harder by having them dodge everything. And that's the thing, they've clearly reprogrammed the AI just to dodge a lot more against the player. Because I don't see my ashes acting like this or my AI acting like this, they never do. In fact, they just sit around poking their nose like, how do I walk? How do I do anything? I'm too stupid. Oh, no, no. Yet these AI just go, oh no, hyper-aggression, attack, 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 attack. It's like, it's so boring. When, like, you know the only reason the AI is even remotely difficult is just because they smash one thing over and over. Like, I'll admit I'm doing the same thing, but at least I'm honest about it and I don't try and pretend that I'm good at the game. But that's the difference. Like, people will try and claim, this is a legit challenge. It's actually difficult. You just need to get good, bro. You don't even know the meaning to get good. You literally don't even know where their origin from half the time, these people. I guess AI just needs to get good, bro. Also, notice how they're like actually faster than the player. Also, I love how his animation happens so quickly. Oh yeah, I think that gives me the armor set right. There we go, we get the armor, and I'm hoping, apparently this gives you a rot boo. Okay, so this increases damage dealt to foes. But so this is just glass cannon galore. Oh, this is gonna be terrible. This experience is just going to be terrible. Okay, so we're pretty much a glass cannon who's going to get, like, bungered so badly. So, we're going to get bungered into oblivion. Like, the one good thing is apparently we get massive damage buffs. And that's not bad damage. Like, 900. And then we... I just realized I messed up. Okay, we're just going to go in with slightly improper stats. That's fine. Your Unga Jelong Spunga. I accidentally have magic buff on me. Come on, do it. Do it.
But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mo will have them.
Okay, I clicked double roll, game didn't detect my double roll input, so good to know. No, I can fix my setup now and actually have fire boost. Still, that's decent damage, so I'm imagining if I set this up right, I probably could have a good build here. Though Frostbite seems more consistent than Madness. I'll be honest. Okay, I'm thinking maybe instead of like Alexander would be. So, you know what? Actually, use Alexander for Charge. Ah, I've got an idea right here. I've got an unga bunga in my brain. We're gonna power attack. So we're gonna come in here. We're gonna summon you and then we're gonna block. Oh, never mind, we just got one shot. So yeah, so if you do that, he just insta one-shot you. So you need to dodge first and then summon. I'm thinking we could probably get a good amount of damage if we just spam charged attacks. So maybe like this. Yeah, I'm thinking that. I think that might be the play. That's not actually bad.
General Radon, the pleasure to see you. This time. But those remains do not belong.
Okay, so AI is just completely useless because he's just sitting there like, I don't touch me, dude. I know. I only just talk for 20 years and do nothing. Like, what is he doing? What? Fix your AI, FromSoft. Like, why is he not just rushing in and attacking immediately? You shouldn't just be like, But that's literally how it feels with this AI. It's just, they're so stupid. So incredibly stupid. You know what? No, we're going with this. No charge attack. Just that. I might use stance break. I might change it to stance break. That might be the way to do it.
Pleasure to see you.
Finally, I'm over the mimic here. Can actually do attack that means something. Ah, Lord, he doesn't really go. Nope. Fairness, balance, don't exist. Okay, I totally didn't get that. I love those massive re-angles. It's so not annoying to deal with and blatantly artificial. Okay, I got an idea. So get rid of shield, fire offhand, frost on hand. That's my view. So get rid of you. So at least I can. And then I'm thinking, what? Dex boosting. I lose a lot of damage, but I might want the health. Like just a little bit of health. Or even just yeah, I want that. And then I switch you to that. And I switch you for this again. Frenzy perfume bottle. It might be better just to not use the frenzy and just go with the raw flame spark. That gives me less damage in total. Okay, I'm gonna change this out for stance break. Because while charge attack is good, I'm thinking stance break is a little more important. Because if we can break his stance, if that's even possible, we'll probably get a better overall experience. Because it means we could just get a quick burst of everything onto him. I forget that's double, isn't it?
General Radahn. A pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord knows where.
Oh, so that's just every attack is undodgeable. Got it. So he just does a bunch of undodgeable attacks. That's lovely to know, isn't it? Like, this game's really fair, isn't it? Like, oh, just 3 undodgeable attacks that you can chain together. Oh, lovely. Because he can go into the meteorites. If the meteorites go for you, you pretty much need a light roll to survive that. It's just like... there's no getting good with this. It's just getting good RNG, pretty much. Which isn't the kind of thing you really want to say with this kind of thing. Because any boss, you can pretty much brute force, save for this one. This is the one boss I think it's literally might be impossible to brute force. Yeah, I'll go and trade a bunch of. Oh, don't you love when your roll just doesn't activate? Isn't that real fun? It's real enjoyable when you just stick rolling the game, just like, no, don't feel like it. Don't feel like rolling. There'll be something we can do. There'll be something. Okay, here we go. Next attempt begins. I just don't like how they designed this enemy. It's like, I don't think anyone can really defend this boss, because even solo I've seen people complaining about how annoying it is. And of course you can sort of cheese ball it with stuff like this in solo, I imagine. But some people just want the quest lines, you know, that's going to be the obnoxious thing. Where is my talisman to increase fire damage? Where are you? There you are. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that.
Those remains do not belong to you, Lord Mo.
I swear they've changed the program with everything to make it so bosses are more focused on the player. Like, even more than they used to be. Oh, I love how I click roll, by the way, and it just doesn't... But this is the issue. I would have died if it actually detected the button I pressed. You know, the roll button, when you click it and you mash it, and the game's just like, we're not going to detect it at all. Like, I need to bring up... I'm not sure if I just broke something there. But I need to get like an application that shows my inputs on screen. That's why, because I need to wonder if the game, if it's a PC issue now, because this is actually absurd. Like just how bad the detection is. Probably could decrease the amount of that I have so I can get more Esther, more glass. Thank you, ally, for being a worthy ally. It'd be nice if I could tell what's going on 99% of the time. Did they edit his stats to make him more immune to madness because they saw people cheesing him with madness? Is that what they did? I wouldn't be shocked if they edited his stats to make him more immune to madness. Because, oh no, we gotta make the cheesy boss obnoxious to fight and legit... No, I will say this is the worst boss in the game. Like, Elden Beast, you've been kicked away from the worst boss status. This is now the worst boss. And of course it's a final boss. It always is the final bosses. FromSoft just can't make them. Actually, they did make one good final boss, but people don't like to acknowledge that game, you know? They don't like to acknowledge the good that game had, because apparently acknowledging good things about Dark Souls 2 is illegal. Even though every final boss in Dark Souls 2 is considered some of the best bosses in the Souls series. Whether you like it or not. And that's going to annoy a lot of people, but they are in the top 10. If you are being honest in terms of final bosses. Like, Dark Souls 2 is probably still nearly the entire top 5. Like, you're gonna tell me you don't run with Unite? Oh yes, that 100% hit me. Totally. That's not Phantom range at all. That's not Phantom range at all. No, totally not Phantom range. And this is when you need Bloodhound Step to be back at its uber state. That's why they designed this stuff to troll the players who actually want to play fun, enjoyable games and not be cheesed to death by phantom hitbox halfway in the ground, phasing through dirt, unnatural looking animations, bloated health bar, long strings, high damage, high health. Gotta have every single obnoxious thing in the universe.
Pleasure to see you. Lord Mo will have his dignity.
Oh, you love how when you click that wrong button it just doesn't detect the input. And this is where you decide, do you want to just use cheat engine at this? Like, I get why people use cheat engine to fight bosses now. Because this is cancer. This is actual cancer. Like, why would anyone enjoy fighting this? Why would anyone respect fighting this? It's literally, oh yes, I click this button and the game's like... That's what it does. You see that delay? That's what's actually happening. It's detecting me turning, and so it overrides my roll with a turn. This is why we need to get rid of input buffering from the game. Input buffering shouldn't be a thing. It's stupid, it's lazy, and it's lame. There's nothing positive about input buffering. No one likes it. Like, detect the inputs how I click it, you know? That's why I asked.
Pleasure to see you. Lord Moog will have his day.
Oh yeah, so this cheese attack, got it. So instead of spending time actually making a good moveset, they instead spend time making obnoxious. Do I have oil pots? I think that can also work against him, like, because oil pots increase fire damage. So I'm wondering if oil pots will work. Also, is he affected by sleep? Let's look through this. Oil pot. So let's look at the pots I can make. So let's look in here. That's freezing pot, that's bleed. That's lightning, fire. Do I have oil? Alluring. I just want oil. How do I have no oil? I need melted mushrooms. Of course I do. He better not be immune to sleep is all I'm saying. That'll actually be too far. Like, that'll be too far if he's immune to sleep. I'm just going to be dead honest with that. Like, that'll literally be way too broken if he's also, like, hyper immune to sleep. Because that's just literally giving enemies... That's like giving stuff to them. Because you just want to make something hard instead of making something actually good. So if he's somehow immune to sleeping pots, I'm actually going to blow a gasket. Okay. Now I need to avoid him. There's no dodging that, got it. See the cheese on that range? That's actually absurd. You're really telling me he's immune to sleep? Are you proclaiming that he's actually immune to sleep? Is he legitimately immune to sleep? That's stupid. That's actually just bad game design. I'm just gonna be honest. And that is straight up undodgeable. Nice to know. Yeah, and this is the epitome of I don't catch game. I'm the exactly stupid team. We don't test anything. So, oh, balance doesn't exist. Fairness doesn't exist. Good game design doesn't exist. A camera angle that's actually competent doesn't exist. That's legit this game in a nutshell. Like, so much of this game's difficulty would just be mitigated if they tested stuff. And I know that sounds harsh, but I'm always going to be harsh to a game that I want to like, you know? If I want to like something, I'm going to be harsher and harsher and harsher because that's the way I am. Like, if I want to enjoy something, I will be so critical of it that it sounds like I utterly despise it. So the more critical I generally am of something, either I legit despise it or... But I'll just straight up say that. I'll just straight up say I think this game's a trash game. I think it's overrated. I don't think it's trash. I think it's like an acceptable game. But there's so many issues, in my opinion, that fundamentally ruin what this game could be. Purely because the devs just clearly didn't test certain things. They clearly didn't. The fact that certain Ash of Wars are just so bonkers currently is sort of a proof of that. Okay, so you can jump dodge that. Got it. Not sure what I was meant to do there. Thank you for distracting if I can summon. No, legit, that's undodgeable. That's actually undodgeable. You can't dodge it. You legit can't dodge it. There is no dodging that. That is just poor design. Like, wow. Just wow. Talk about not testing things. Yeah, that totally hit me. Totally hit me. Right, guys? That hit me. You very clearly saw that actually hit me. And not, like, missed by a mile. There's got to be some way to exploit the AI. Like, some things that can break him. I'm imagining... Wait, I have the Hand of Madness, don't I? I have the Madden in hand. Isn't that, like, got really insane build-up? Something? You. Oh, yeah, this might look. Okay, this might look. One thing. So we use that and we upgrade it. Okay, that might just work. That might just work. Give me a second. I'm going to go to Tortoise Man first, actually, and we'll see if there's any unique dialogue from that. And then we're gonna... Wait, I have this still, don't I? Okay, no. So it would be up here. Search a foul. So we go here, we give him the books. I believe we got a unique book, didn't we, with sorceries? So I'm hoping there's a good sorcery that we can abuse in here. Probably isn't.
Oh, what very well. Heresy, all thing. Oh, very well. Heresy, all thing. To absolution. My the mirror, and this time, if you, I hope.
Oh jeez, it's so hot. Okay, so that does nothing, got it. Nice to know. Oh, so I just couldn't move. Got it. Okay, game. Balance, fairness, legitimacy just doesn't exist. He's also the instant attack. So that plan went out the window. I was hoping to cheese balling, but no. Just no. Fun, fairness, nothing like that. Just cheese. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest here. Anyone who says this boss is acceptable, get yourself tested. You might have been having a bit too much alcohol. Like, I get alcohol's delicious, but always make sure to take it in moderation. Because you have to be drunk to think this boss is in any way close to acceptable. Like, this is the most ludicrous boss I've seen. Okay, so he just ignored that he got attacked, by the way, by other people. And look how they're behaving. Don't you love this game design? You love how fun it is that they just don't ever attack and they just stare at Radahn for like 20 trillion years? Okay, so I found out I don't need to summon this dude, so I can just summon this guy. That makes the fight a billion times easier immediately. Wow. So I'm gonna hope and pray that this doesn't screw me over and I do get the final chain, like, because I'm not sure there's a final chain of this quest or anything. I'm hoping there is. Because I think it'll just be too difficult. Like, sure, we can cheese, but it's like it becomes very toxically annoying after a certain amount. So we might as well just try it like this and hope and pray. No, let's just rush him. That's of course if I can even hit him. Oh wow, yeah, this is so much better. Okay, so yeah, you can slip that. Nice. Okay, this is immediately 20 billion times easier. Okay, now distract him. Distract him, please. So I can have easy quest. Okay, why is Radahn just ignoring him? Okay, this is really iffy. Why is Radahn just completely ignoring him? Why is Radahn... Like, he hit Radahn more than I hit him. Why did Radahn refuse to target him? There's something iffy going on here. Like, I think there's some artificial targeting going on where it, like, doesn't follow the usual AI thing of I target person. Because it knows, like, in all honesty, if you want to make the game hard, just make the AI just hyper-aggressive against the host and never stop attacking. Because they don't have stamina anyway, so you could get away with it. Okay, so that makes no difference. So I could probably Great Shield as well, if I wanted to. I wish to take Thrallin in, but you know how it is.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you.
And now Gong Gong.
But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mo will have
Wow. Yeah, this fight's only 7 billion times more easy. It'd be nice if my allies, you know, did help though. That would be something I would regret. Okay. What was that targeting though? That targeting was questionable. Okay, so you can't jump it either. It's just not dodgeable. Alright. Yeah, we might have to go frostbite, and it seems like. Oh, you went in second phase. Okay, we got him in second phase. Frame kill attack. Totally fair. Totally fair attack. So, Radahn is a totally fair boss that doesn't have any problems and he's totally fair. And no issues exist with the Radahn boss. And he totally doesn't need a massive nerf at all. Because nerfs are bad, right? Even if the boss is completely broken, you can't nerf it. Because it doesn't matter if it breaks the gameplay. It doesn't matter if it breaks the game. It doesn't matter if it makes the fight so unfun that no one wants to actually fight the boss. Because nerfing's bad no matter what, right? Nerfing evil. Nerfing evil. No nerf allowed. No matter if it protects the gameplay from becoming completely terrible. No nerfs. I'm obviously taking the mick out of certain types of people. Just in case no one got the joke. Because there are just certain players who just need to get a life. Because this boss does need a nerf. Absolutely. Like, he has to be one of the most cancerous bosses I think I've seen in gaming. And that's funny because there's a few bosses I could say that. And it just gets worse and worse and worse as you go deeper. Oh, okay, I just die because balance, right? Oh, can you attack him, you useless NPC? I'm gonna get fallen in. You know what? I want to get fallen in. Because he actually insta-aggresses, you know? Like, this guy just goes, hey, I don't care about your stupid dialogue line. Attack him. It's like, why do you just stare for 20 billion years? Just attack. It's not that bloody hard to attack. All you have to do is be a little aggressive, and I would be fine. Everything would be fine if you just, you know, did anything useful. You know? But apparently that's just not allowed. Or rolled the wrong way. Oh yeah, that's totally legit by the way, people. Totally fair, balanced gameplay. Totally, 100%. No issues with this gameplay. The gameplay's so balanced and fun. I'm going to tell you straight up, this boss needs to be nerfed into oblivion. Like, he's one of the most broken, glitchy messes I've ever seen. He's not on the level of, like, the moon girl with the armor. He's not on the level of that in terms of bugging out, but his tracking, one, needs to be half. There's half the tracking. That's first. Two, make his unescapable attacks escapable. Like, because legit, that... If you get caught in the tractor beam and then slam down, there's no escaping. There's no way to dodge it. It's literally undodgeable. That's an issue. There should be no undodgeable attack in this game. Because the thing is, you can't even outspace it. Because I'm pretty sure the tractor beam literally has almost map-wide range. So it's nigh undodgeable. And there's no realistic belief that someone's going to actually dodge that in a manner that is believable. Also, I love how my input delayed so heavily there. So I clicked the button and it took 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds to actually do the animation. And I had to repeatedly click it to get the animation to come out. This is what I mean. Like, this game has some problems. This game has some problems, I tell ya. Thanks for being nice and cool.
A pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mo will have his dignity.
Okay, there we go. Now he can actually begin the fight. Run to the left, then jump right here, and it still hit me even though I dodged it. Jesus. Okay, so you have to jump spam your way out. That's actually annoying. And, oh yes, that's totally a legit attack. 100% doesn't look like massive auto turn. It looked like he actually turned to where I would roll. So he didn't even, track my movement. He literally knew where I was going to end up and legitimately attacked that location. Yeah, try and defend this, please. Just try your hardest to defend this nonsense. Good luck. Good luck with defending this, because it's not. It's not defendable. It's not defendable, and you know it. There's no way to defend this. Oh, yep, so I can't roll out that, got it. 100% game, totally balanced. Totally not an issue. Make it so I can't roll out that. Totally doesn't create massive problems in the gameplay design when you have attacks to speed unescapable vortexes. Like, I'm not gonna joke. You cannot argue that there isn't a boss more deserving of a nerf. I'm sorry, but there is no way you can look me in the eyes and go, yeah, this boss doesn't need nerfing. There's no way you can look me in the eyes and claim that. because it's absolutely absurd to claim that this boss doesn't need some changes to its behavior. One, it needs its, like, every boss in the DLC needs its accuracy half, because, geez, the accuracy in the DLC is actually kind of ridiculous. And then pretty much he needs his health bar lowered a bit. Not massively, like, as I said, a quarter. You don't need to delete the entire health bar. I just find it weird when people cry, "You can't nerf boss, that ruins the experience." And it's like, whose experience is getting ruined? Some guy who lives in his mother's basement, who doesn't have a life and legitimately only has value of being a soul. Okay, I just get frozen and I can't move. Lovely game, balance, great balance, not broken, totally good. Yay, 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 balance, balance, balance. But no, it's like the only people who actually care about bosses being uber overpowered and thinking it's a good thing are people who don't have a life. Or people whose job it is to beat that kind of thing. Those are the only people who actually care about bosses being overpowered. Like, normal people who just want to play a hard game and not be blatantly cheesed by broken design that clearly is designed as a, well, we just made the most janky broken thing that's unbalanced just because hard boss design. This is, like, I literally made a joke earlier about there is no way to, like, make bosses legitimately harder. It will just become artificial. And I've been proven right. Because they made something harder, but harder with quotation marks. Oh yeah, totally legit, totally balanced. Like, why is the game so dumb? Release this stupid boss and I'm not joking, I'm about to just give the game a negative review on this boss alone. I don't generally negative review stuff. I think I have one negative review, and that's for Undisputed, because geez, they haven't fixed that game still, and they've had more than enough time. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the only game. I might actually give this game a negative review at this point, and just say, buy this game when it's a quarter price, because the blatant lack of care to actually balance things in this game is kind of absurd. To the point where it affects every aspect of the game detrimentally. PvE, PvP, the refusal to balance out the bosses is insane. See how much range that can catch me from? Isn't that great game design? Oh, so good. It's such good game design, right? So good. Oh, so much skill is involved in making an attack that reaches all the way across the arena and hits you anyway, even if you should be out of range realistically. Oh, it's so hard. This is such difficulty. Oh, it's the best boss ever. I'm legit. I'm going to wait. I'm literally going to look up a tier list after this, and I'm going to see if they put this monstrosity of trash in the A tier. Because if it's anywhere above absolute gutter, then you know the mentality of this people who play this game have a massive, massive flaw.
Pleasure to see you. This time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mo will have you.
But the fact that this boss is still, like, mega hard, even, like, without the second summon, shows you how broken this boss is. Like, I don't think there's any boss that's actually this hard. Especially when you're using, like, mega cheese. wasn't so good. Oh, successful battle. Oh, very fun game. Oh, battle. Very good. Ah, yeah. I'm going to insult people who think this... No, I need to look up a tier list. Elden Ring DLC bosses tier list. I need to look this up. I need to look this up. Okay, I don't see any. Okay, no one's made a tier list on good or bad yet. Okay, I'm gonna go back to mad. No, actually, I'm gonna go to lightning. I'm gonna go lightning. I'm gonna go lightning build. I don't care. Lightning time. We're going back to, because this thing is, it doesn't AoE proc, sure, but it may not AoE proc, but it does a lot of damage in comparison to everything else, which is very important. Being able to negate things, in my opinion, is very, very, very important. It's probably the most important ability you can give something. Not negate things, you know what I mean. Might not be able to proc it, but damage is king, is what I mean. There we go. That's what I've been trying to say. Damage is king. Oh wow, I managed to dodge. Oh yeah, that does so much more damage.
General Radon.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that because I'm right. Oh, I'm glitching by the wall. Of course, that hit me. Why did I not roll? So yeah, lightning might just be the way to go. So I'm thinking get a hammer for the mimic tier. Have that equipped when I summon the mimic. That's what I'm thinking. So we put this in this hand, and then we have a hammer in the other hand for the mimic. That's what I'm thinking. So the mimic will use the hammer, and I'll use this. Okay, roll doesn't exist. Oh yeah, okay, roll. Also, I noticed every attack is somewhat delayed as well. That's even better. Oh, this is such an obnoxious boss. But you see what I mean? Even with one person, the boss is still utter cancer to fight. I can't imagine how bad it would be if you had, like, I can't imagine, like, you would need a very, if you're going to use a squad of players, you'd need a very deliberate cancer build setup. So you need a very deliberate build design to behave as ticked away. Because there's no way you're going to enjoy doing this. I'm just going to be honest with you. See what I mean? Infinite range. This is not a legit boss. This is... They need to nerf all its ranges as well. Oh wow, AI just plainly cheating. But you're gonna call this a legitimate fight? You're gonna call this a legitimate fight, by the way? You gonna refer to this as legitimate? In any way, shape or form? Really? In any way, shape or form, you're gonna call this legitimate? I might just not summon anyone, you know? I might just not summon anyone. So Frenzy Flame, replace you with you. No, I meant to. Like, you're really gonna call this a legitimate boss fight? I just call this trash. That's what I call it. I call it trash mob. Medea got away with being cancerous because he was an optional. This is not an optional. You don't get away with being cancerous in my book. And Medea was nowhere near this bad. I wasn't a big fan of Medea, but he was nowhere near this cancerous. I didn't set it right.
General Radahn. Pleasure to see you. Those remains do not belong. Lord knows we could have his dignity.
Oh, I didn't set it right. Shoot. Be obnoxious for once. Boss fights. There's gotta be something else we can do to buff ourselves up. You know, I don't care if it does less damage. If it does madness, that would work. No, never mind. Let's not risk it. Let's not risk it. You know what? Let's go in. I'm not summoning you. I want to make it. I'm gonna see if I can. Let's go in. And I'm gonna do this, all of this, and I'm gonna spam summon you, and it one-shots me because even though he didn't even hit me, by the way, didn't even hit me, but still did damage, because gotta have the artificial difficulty, right? Gotta have that artificial difficulty, right? So I imagine about 20 skidoo trees or something, it'd probably be a lot easier, but even then it's like this boss is, I just think is bad. I would literally say this is probably the worst boss FromSoft has ever made, and a lot of people are going to get mad at me saying that. I don't care. This is the worst boss FromSoft has ever made, and I've faced, I think, outside of the original Dark Souls, like pretty much, I'm sure I faced every boss in FromSoft, or at least every boss worth fighting of note that isn't just like duplication. So I think he's just immune to madness. So yeah, I think he's immune to madness. So you can get staggered, that's good to know. Okay, so that is dodgeable, that's fine. Don't you love unreactable attacks, by the way?
1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
Okay, I'm about to go look for the cheese item. No, I'm looking for cheese item. One sec. Okay, I've got everything set up hopefully. This is going to be hell on earth. Get out of my inventory. As you can see, I transmutated into this. I can't have any arcane, unfortunately, so that's going to definitely hamper some of my power. Don't care, really. I'm not building this with the most effective. I just think it's strong enough so I can destroy. Now I go in here. This. Of course he insta-kills me, so... Oh, he... So my hope is to pretty much just to cheese him out with shield block and poke. Since we all know Radahn is notoriously weak to rot, so I'm hoping that transfers over. That's my prayer, you know. Okay, here we go.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mo will have his duty.
Effective, okay. Finally, I can do this. Get the target please. Well, I know that. There you go. This is cheese meta, so this is the build you want pretty much people to fight in. Like, if he's just too toxic to fight, this is the build you want. The no IQ, I hit one button build. So he really can't do anything against it. Like, even with that, like, look how little damage I put. So yeah, pretty much this is the... I really can't be bothered to play the game build, you know? This is literally just, I can't be bothered to play properly. Look how much of a joke I've made this fight into. Like, this fight is not serious at all. Oh no. Wait, this doesn't really do any damage, does it?
1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
I think it gives me like a debuff, but it's like not the worst thing in the universe. I may just get away with it. Okay, so that's just set dying, I guess. Okay, so I definitely have proven this is the effective build. I just need to figure out is there a buff I can use on my shield? Barricade shield. Okay, so maybe barricade shield might work. Slap barricade shield on to increase my resiliency, maybe. And then maybe go in here and look for. I got this. I guess I can use a great rune. What great rune would be good though? What ones do I have? I don't have any. Okay, let me go quickly get some great runes sorted out. Okay, this is my setup right now. Obviously not the most optimal setup. I'm hoping the thrust damage will do us some favors, you know. And also, the reason I have this is because it gives me a effect that affects summons. So if I summon this dude, I summon Mimic, pretty much, apparently they will get a buff from it. At least that's my hope. Obviously, you could probably optimize this better with proper equipment setup, I imagine. So you have the proper equipment setup. And, oh yeah, I forget, that blood loss, doesn't it? Power to this, right? Because any time someone causes bleed on him, you get a buff. And then we do that, get all our stamina back. Hello, just stays down. Well, that quickly, perfect. Bar. Natural. care about that, 'cause that does nothing really.
1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
We can tank it. When you discover true power being OP. This is the true power of OP now. Balance 2K. Fairness 2K. Oh. And that is how you cheese this game. There you go. That is the strongest build. But we're not using that yet. We're going here. Anyway, so that's what you do if you're struggling against this boss. So you go in, you equip Mohg's Great Rune, which obviously you get from this tower. So you go up here, you go back up the elevator, you go through the path, beat the bosses. You can get Mohg and like Morgoth's rune. So you do that. Then you get the fingerprint, which obviously in the sewers it's on a ledge, hidden behind like, and then you go around the corner. You get this, that's from like the castle. You know the castle. It's from here, you go around here, you kill the NPC, ignore the golem. This, you can use any talisman really. This armor, you saw me get the armor, so you know how it is. This you can get from completing Mohg's questline, which is just the most practical way to fight Mohg and get to the DLC anyway. So you're probably going to do that as it is. And then pretty much you get the Turtle Talisman, you get the Spear Talisman, you get the Great Shield Talisman, Jar's Arsenal if you want to get some extra carry weight if you're not a strength build. Because I'd recommend being a strength build. You only need enough faith to really use both buffs. But you don't really need the buffs. Like, the buffs aren't actually required. Like, I actually probably wasted stuff on getting the buffs. It would have actually just been better to have stats more focused on Arcane, so I could get Arcane boost. But obviously you want a little bit of faith for the rot as well, because I believe that does partly scale of faith. But yeah, that's sort of how you cheese this boss. It's hilarious how easy it is, you know? Like, this is quotation marks hard boss. I probably could have beaten that with both boys summoned. That's the actual scary thing about this, is I could have probably beat them with both summoned. And that concerns me, you know? I feel like I'm missing something. no way around here. Oh, let's check up here. Guess I have to touch the memory. Still, that's insanely overpowered. I think anyone can agree. Like, this probably is the best anti-Radahn build. He's still way overtuned. He's still way broken. But the fact I had to pull this out to get a fair fight is disgustingly poor. And I'm actually kind of offended. That it took that much, you know, to actually make it so I could kill him. I'm actually kind of offended that I had to do this build of all bloody things. This vile thing. Anyway.
Lord brother. I'm going to be a god. If we honor